Hey there, it's Kimberly Lucht, and I'm a business coach, energy healer, and dance guide for entrepreneurs who want to make more money and magic doing what they love. And so if that sounds like you're in the right place. And today we're going to be talking all about email marketing for beginners. And so if you've never had an email list, if you've never sent an email list type of email, this is going to be perfect for you. We're going to go through a 7-step framework for how to get started and how to make this an easy, simple process for you that's also effective. And so the first step is to choose your platform. And so I'm talking about an email marketing platform. So some people will call this a CRM or customer relationship management tool. So find the system that works best for you for where you are right now. Maybe you are a total beginner and totally new in business, not making any money yet. If that's the case, I really recommend a free email marketing tool. Back in 2018, when I started my business, I started with MailChimp, which I believe is still free and an okay option. It doesn't have major functionality, but it gets the job done. And so if that's something that you want to start with, great. If you already have revenue and you have a business already that's going and moving and grooving, maybe you want to invest in something a little more powerful and versatile. And so I think that there's a lot of great options that are paid email marketing platforms. The one that I use specifically is called Entreport. The reason why I chose Entreport instead of maybe other email marketing platforms is because Entreport has the ability to work with evergreen funnels, but you can choose other options if they feel like they're better for you and your business. I've heard great things about a lot of different platforms. I'm not going to mention them here because I don't have much experience with platforms outside of MailChimp and Entreport. But find the best platform for you. That's step number one. Step number two is to develop a lead magnet. And so this is something that we like to call the free resource that people might give you in return for your email address. And so maybe you've seen things like a free guide or a free download or free meditation, whatever it might be, and you give your email address in return for that freebie. So if you can develop a lead magnet, it can be very simple. It can be super, super simple. It can be like a one-pager of just something that you have some expertise on. It can even be something like a free webinar or free workshop. Basically, offering something for free in exchange for an email address gives people an incentive to join your list. I think a lot of us feel bombarded by email today, and so it really has to be a super juicy free resource that your people, your audience really wants and needs for people to then come and hop onto your email. So you've probably seen so many different variations of this. Like for example, if it's a product-based business, maybe you've seen them offer a discount in exchange for your email address. If it's a service-based business, maybe you've seen them offer something more info related. So something like a free webinar or a free PDF or a free video series or something along those lines. And so I really want you to decide for yourself what's something super simple and easy for you to offer for free that provides a lot of value for your ideal clients. Step number 3 is to then build your list. And so at the very beginning of my business, I remember sending a lot of messages and DMs to people in my community to see if they wanted to join in exchange for my, at the time, free PDF, which I kind of forget the name of, but it's something that helped people make the decision to join my email list in the beginning. I remember, I think I had about 100 people on my list in the very beginning from personal invites alone. And so building your list can be more simple than you think. You don't need access to thousands of people on social media to start your list. You might already have some customers and clients that would like to be on it anyways. And so go ahead and send some personal invitations to the people that are already in your community. And who knows, maybe you could have like 20 to 25 people on your list by tomorrow. And as you continue inviting people to your list, that number will grow exponentially over time. I like to think of your email list as compound interest. And so the sooner you get started, the better it is in the future. And so even if you start with 20 people or less than that, over time that number will start to grow as long as you keep showing up and keep inviting people into your world with those free resources that we just talked about. And so once you have about 20 people on that list, I promise you it's enough to get started. And so step number 4 is to test and send your first email. So this is where the writing comes in. This is where the storytelling comes in. This is where the brand awareness journey starts. And so I really want you to write out your first email like you would write it to a friend. Make it personal, make it something that feels conversational. I don't want you to use AI or ChatGPT for this. If possible, you can use that to refine it and to edit, but really try to write this first email on your own, in your voice, with your words. The reason why I want you to do this is because you can really tell if someone wrote it in their voice with their experience or if something else created it for them. And if your first email looks like it was maybe written by AI, I can promise you that some people might lose a little bit of interest or trust in you and your business because it's not you. You're not the one creating that. Use it as a tool to refine and edit and give you ideas, but I really feel I still write all my emails. I don't use AI or ChatGPT even to edit and refine. I'm like, I do all of my emails. I know a lot of people maybe think that's a little outdated. That's fine, because for me, it's more important for the email to sound like me and to be an extension of me. And so if you're able to, please put your thinking cap on and write your very own first email from scratch, and then send a test email to your email address to make sure it looks fine, and check for any misspelling or errors, and then press send to your whole list. Now, this moment can be really, really exciting. You might not feel totally ready to press send, and that's okay. It can feel a little nerve-wracking, but that's part of the process. I want you to just try and send your first email out as soon as you can, as soon as you have those 20 or more people on your list. And once that's sent, you'll be like, whoa, like you basically will have popped the cherry on email marketing. And it honestly feels really, really good to do that and to be like, wow, I just did that for the first time ever. Now, before you press send, if you want to make sure that it doesn't get into any of the spam folders or the junk folders on people's emails, I want you to use a spam checker tool. There's certain words that will flag the spam filters, so I want you to try to avoid those if possible. I use literally one that's called the spam checker tool. It's by Mail Meteor, and so if you Google that, you'll probably be able to find that no problem. But the reason why I want you to use one of those tools is to increase your email deliverability. And so once you've written that email, go ahead and put it through a spam checker tool, send yourself a test email, and then send it to your list, and then celebrate. Oh my God, And so once you have sent that email, you're ready for the next step. So step number 5 is to pick your email cadence. I want you to decide what feels best for you. Do you want to send weekly emails like me? Maybe every other week emails, maybe monthly emails, quarterly emails? What feels right for you? I love a weekly email for myself and my business. It feels really nice to just keep the juices flowing every week. Of course, not on vacation or not on holidays. Those are breaks that I build in for myself, but every other week of the year, you'll be getting an email from me in your inbox. Showing up regularly for people, whether it's in their inboxes or otherwise, is really important to kind of stay top of mind and in that flow of your own business creations. And so make sure that you pick a cadence that feels like it's gonna help you with your business goals and with your business growth. So step number 6 is to create a welcome sequence. So this is a little bit more advanced. So once you get your first email out to your people, I want you to think about creating your welcome sequence, but there's no rush, okay? This is a 7 email sequence that goes out when people are joining your list. And so if you want to marinate on that and just develop it over time, you can always edit and refine it later, but take your time with this, because the email sequence is basically people's first introduction to you, what you do, what you're about, all the things that you can offer and provide to people. So I won't get into the nitty-gritty of how to create a welcome sequence in this video. Let me know if that's something you want me to create a video on though, and I'm happy to do that. But essentially it's a get to know you series. And so whatever you do, try not to sell anything in that 7-part or 5-part email series. Use it as an opportunity for the people who are joining your list to get to know you and for you to get to know them. Step number 7 is to scrub your list yearly. And so once you've had your list for about a year, I want you to go through and see who has never opened an email or hasn't opened an email in a long time. You'll want to clear them off of your list. And the reason why is because that can affect deliverability. Your deliverability can be affected by your overall open and click rates. And so if there's somebody that's not engaging with your emails at all, it's better to have them off of your list. And they can always join back if they want to, but sometimes it's better to really have fully engaged people in your audience. So if they are opening and clicking and responding, it's best for you, for your business, for deliverability, for them. It's really great for people to be on lists that they really want to be on. You don't want somebody on your list that actually doesn't want to be there and isn't even engaging with the emails that you're sending. And so if you are able to clear them off your list, it can be a major relief for both you and that person. Sometimes there's also people that don't even check their email or that specific inbox. And so if that's the case, that's fine, but it's best to clear it off so that you can then have better open and deliverability rates and have people in your audience that really want to be there. Also, as you continue growing and start to maybe upgrade to other email marketing platforms, you'll notice that you do get charged by the size of your contact list. And so if your contact list is big, but there's not a lot of engagement, that doesn't really bode well for you or your business. If your contact list is smaller but super engaged, that's honestly a super sweet spot to be in. And so small but mighty can be a really fun mantra to embody as you build your list over time, and maybe eventually you'll be super big and mighty, right? Like it's you have to start somewhere, and there's no shame in this game. Just know that having any email list, if you have that, you are far ahead of many, many people, many entrepreneurs. There's so many people that I run into that still, even though they're maybe an online business, they still don't have an email list. So it's really important for you to at least have that. And even if it's small, at least you have that. At least you have an email list. Like, that is a really important part of business. And I hope it's something that feels exciting for you to create. And so just to recap, the 7 steps for great email marketing are to, number 1, choose your platform. Number 2, develop your freebie. Number 3, build your list. Number 4, test and send your first email. Number 5, pick your email cadence. Number 6, create a welcome sequence. And number 7, scrub your list yearly. And so with that, you've got your email marketing for beginners toolkit. I really hope that this helps. Comment below with your favorite idea or technique. And if you want more guidance like this to grow your business, I invite you to check out my free Abundant Coach Masterclass. It's perfect for coaches and healers that want to grow and expand their businesses. And so if that sounds like you, click the link below, put in your name and email address, and pick your preferred time slot, and those details will be sent straight to your inbox. Thank you so much again for being here, and I'll catch you in the next video. Ciao for now. Bye.